Abby.
And I'm Corey.
And welcome to KBI's Play Your Song Academy. Today we'll be talking about how to take care of your French horn.
And what we are learning is the parts of the instrument,
what not to do,
daily care,
periodic care,
posture,
instrument safety,
and the cool accessories that go with your instrument.
Today, KBI staff member Corey will be teaching us how to take care of our French horns. Corey is the band director at Massaphonics High School, and he's been teaching band for 28 years.
All right, we're going to do the parts of the horn now. The first part is the lead pipe. This is the part where your mouthpiece is going to go in, where we start creating all the sound. Next, we have lever number 1, which is right here by your index finger. Lever number 2 with your middle finger, and lever number 3 with the ring finger. Lever 4 is actually your thumb. So 1, 2, 3, and thumb, 4. All right, these little round things here are called valves. That's where the air goes through. And on the back side, we have the main tuning slide, so we can keep the instrument in tune. Then we have the bell. That's the big end of the instrument where the sound comes out. We also have slides for all the valves. So lever 1, valve 1, 2, 3, and 4. So keep the instrument in tune. So the next thing we're going to talk about is what never to do with your instrument. All right, so the first thing is don't put books in your case. It's going to mush up your instrument and dent things and bend things. It's just going to create problems for you. Then your case isn't protecting your instrument. The second thing is don't bop your mouthpiece. You see in the video here where Megan is bopping her mouthpiece. That's bad. You don't want to do that. Yeah, it's a cool sound, but your mouthpiece is going to get stuck and you're going to do damage to your instrument. All right? You don't want to grab things that are stuck with a pliers or a vise. Don't try to fix your instrument by yourself. Something gets stuck, take it to your band director, show them first, and if they can't fix it, take it to a music store and they'll fix it for you. Please don't do that on your own. Never force things that are stuck, because that's how you do damage to your instrument, and then it's not going to play right. All right? If you're going to clean your instrument, don't use hot water. Lukewarm water, perfect. It'll get everything done it's supposed to. It'll get clean. You don't want to use hot water. And finally, when you set your instrument down, you want to set it down with the valves facing down and your lead pipe up so you don't bend your lead pipe. Lead pipe's very fragile. We don't want to bend that because that's just a big, nasty repair we would have to do. All right, the next thing I'm going to show you is things that you can do to keep your instrument working in daily care. All right, next up, we're going to oil our valves because that keeps things moving. You want to be able to freely move your levers here so you can play your instrument. So we want to take our rotary valve oil, and what I like to do is I'll take the third valve slide out. Okay, take out both of them, and I'm going to take my oil and put a little drop, a little bit of oil in each tube there. So now all the oil's at the bottom. Put my oil down. Now I'm going to put my horn back together. Put the slides back in very carefully. If I can see. No. There we go. Alrighty. So now all the oil is right down in here. And so what we're going to do is we're going to turn the horn so the oil goes down into the valve and just work it in there. And so then your valves are going to keep going. It's also good for the inside of your instrument. Help keep it clean as well. So you do this every day. Now, you can also take out each valve slide and drop a little oil in if you'd rather do it that way, but do it one slide at a time and drop it down in, work it in there, and you'll be good to go. But you want to do that every day. Take the time to do that. It's well worth your time. All right, so you got a gurgling sound in your instrument and you don't know what to do. We'll call that water or spit, and people will call it spit all the time. So you got a little water key in the back here. It's right here. So what you do is you open that up, and you just blow through the mouthpiece, and that'll get the water out of this area. If it's still gurgling, check the third valve, okay? Pull it out like we did to do the valve oil, and dump it. Usually water collects there, and that's a good place to check. If it's still gurgling, then you want to take your horn. As you're looking at it, you're going to go clockwise and dump out the bell. If it doesn't, you don't have any water coming out yet, spin it again. And usually the water will come out the bell and you'll be good to go. So those 3 places are where you should check. Okay? The water key in the back, 3rd valve, and then spin it clockwise as you're looking at it. And that should usually take care of the gurgling sound for your instrument. All right, the next thing we want to do, mouthpiece. You're going to put the mouthpiece in, you put it in the lead pipe, give it a 1/4 turn, and you're done. You see, it's not going to fall out. You don't need to pound it. You saw that in the video earlier with Megan, where she was popping it. You don't want to do that. It makes a cool sound, but then your mouthpiece gets stuck, and then you're in trouble. All right? Finally, if the mouthpiece gets stuck or anything gets stuck on your instrument, tell your band director. Don't try to fix it yourself, because that's where you get in trouble. Okay? Yeah, it's made of metal and it's pretty solid, but it's really easy to bend things. So, and if your band director can't help you, take it to a music store. They definitely can help you. Okay? So, those are the things you want to do on a daily basis. Make sure everything's working, and if it gets stuck, tell your band director. All right, things you can do periodically, either on a monthly or yearly basis, to take care of your horn and make sure it works really well. All right, the first thing is you want to check your slides. You want to check them every so often, make sure all the slides move. I like to do this during rehearsal when the director's not working with me and I'm kind of sitting there staring at the wall. I'll check all my slides, make sure you remember where they started so you play in tune when it's time to play. I also check these little valve caps from time to time, make sure that they move. You want to just check them. Okay, it still moves, we're good. All right, clean your mouthpiece. So should be a video going right now on how to clean the mouthpiece. You take warm soap and water in your sink and your mouthpiece brush and just clean up the mouthpiece. It's going right on your mouth, so you want this to be clean. Do that once a month. You could even do once a week if you're feeling like you just needs to be clean. Especially if you have lunch before you have band. You might want to clean this more often. All right, get your instrument professionally cleaned. You may do a great job of taking care of your instrument, but it does get dirty. And there are things that the music store can do that you guys can't get at home. Get it professionally cleaned once a year. Horn's going to last you for a long, long time. All right, the last thing we have to do is once a month you want to put heavy oil on the outside of your valve. Okay, and your heavy oil looks like this: key oil or rotor oil. And it's usually got a little needle on it, so you get in these tight places. So the first place you want to do, take that first valve cap off, and we're going to put a drop of oil right there on the top, and we're going to put the valve cap back on. Once you get the first one on, do the second one. Always do them one at a time. Don't take all the valve caps out and then try to put them back on. One at a time, finish one, then do the next one. Okay, the other place I like to put the heavy oil is in the back, in between where the valve pads are. There's a little space where the valve spins. Put a little drop back there as well. That's where this needle comes in real handy. You can just pop it right in there, put a little drop, and you'll be good to go. And you want to do that once a month. And that's going to keep your valves working really great for you. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to head off to the practice room, and we're going to talk about how to hold the instrument and how to play your French horn. All right, we're here in the practice room now, and we're going to talk about how to hold your instrument. And so we're going to start with our left hand, okay? Left hand. And you're going to find that little pinky ring here. You're going to put your pinky there. Then lever 1, 2, 3. That's where your fingers go. And then your thumb goes on lever 4. So that's that hand. You're all set to go there. Real easy. Just rest your hand there. Keep it as relaxed as possible. Okay, you don't need to go flat fingered. Just nice and relaxed. All right, so your right hand. Right hand goes inside the bell. So what I want you to do, I want you to just make like a little karate chop type thing, okay, with your hand. And you're just going to place it in the bell. Now look, you can still see there's an opening right there. All right, you want to make sure that we can hear you. You don't want to put your hand all the way in we're not going to be able to hear you play. It's going to change the sound of the instrument. So you want to rest it right there. Then you want good posture. You want to sit up nice and tall, and you want to bring the horn to you. You don't want to go leaning down to your instrument. You're going to look silly. Okay? Bring the horn to you. Now, if you're comfortable and you want to rest it on your leg, that's okay. And then you can play. Now me, I like to hold my horn up a little bit off my leg, and I'm ready to go. So that's how you hold your instrument, and you're ready to play. So next up, we're going to talk about how to keep your instrument safe. All right, we're back from the practice room, and now we're going to talk about instrument safety, how to keep your instrument safe in the band room. The first thing is, if you have to go to the bathroom during band class, the safest place for your instruments in your case. You know, put the instrument in your case real quick. You don't have to close up the case. Just in your case, go to the bathroom, come back, pick it up. If that's not possible, you can set it down in your chair, but make sure you set it down with the paddles facing down so that we don't bend the lead pipe. And be really careful as you're getting in and out so you don't knock it off your chair. Not a safe place to put it on a chair, but if you have to in a pinch, that's the way to do it. All right? When you get your instrument out every day, make sure you're on the floor. Put your case on the floor, open up the case, pick up your instrument. Okay? If you try to do it on a chair, there's a good chance that instrument's going to fall, hit the floor, and then you've got a dented instrument and you're going to be all upset. We want to keep these instruments looking great and playing well for a while. All right, next we're going to talk about the cool accessories that go with your French horn. All right, so the first thing we've already talked about. We have the valve oil, we have the rotor oil or key oil. Usually has a needle on the top of it to get into those tight spots. And then we have rotary valve oil. You can also use regular valve oil will work just as well on the French horn, that for the inside of your instrument. So you got your valve oils. You have your slide cream, usually comes in a little tube like this. Put a little bit on your fingers, and you rub it on your slides, keep your slides moving. So slide grease, very important to have. The next thing we have is called a cleaning snake, because it looks like a snake. It's long, you can get into those tight spots in the horn and clean it out. So that's a very useful tool there as well. You've seen the mouthpiece brush in use. It looks like this, real small. But it's great to have, cleaning out that mouthpiece, keeping yourself nice and healthy. We also have a polishing cloth. They look like this. You can polish off all the fingerprints that you have on your instrument, keep your instrument looking shiny and new all the time. If you're going to be carrying your mouthpiece, say you have two instruments, one at school and one at home, and you're going to be carrying your mouthpiece back and forth, a mouthpiece pouch is a really good idea for you. Okay, you put the mouthpiece in there. It's a little rubber pouch. It'll keep the mouthpiece from getting damaged coming back and forth to school. Even if it's in your backpack, it's going to keep your mouthpiece safe. So it's a good investment to have. And finally, we have a brass buddy. What's a brass buddy? It's a little petri dish, and this is where you put the water from your instrument. Okay, so when you're emptying your instrument out, so it's not going all over the floor and people are having to step in it, put in your brass buddy, and you can put the sponge in the dishwasher, and it'll sterilize it, and life will be good. All right, I hope you've enjoyed this presentation today. I want to thank you for your time. Have fun playing French horn, and remember, play your song. Have a good one. Bye.
Thanks for watching today. If you have any questions, feel free to email us at info@kbimusicshop.com or call us at 540-891-7800. Our staff would love to help you out. Also, check out our website. It's www.kbimusicshop.com for a PDF of this video's information and for all your musical needs. Let us help you play your song.